प्रविश्यमवाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दीप्तिश्चातिधृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। यश्रेयोऽभिलषत्यवाप्तुमनघः मोक्षात्मकं धीमता तेनार्थेषु गृहेषु बन्धुषु सुतभ्रातृङ्गनासु क्वचित् उद्यानेषु रथेषु भूमिषु तनौ स्वर्गोपभोगेष्वपि प्रीत्याशे अविधाय शान्तमनसा शुश्रूषणीयो गुरुः। स्त्रीपुत्रार्थगृहादिसंसृतिमयप्रेयः फलैकाश्रया विद्यामार्गविलक्षणो श्रेयोदविद्यापथः। भ्रान्ताः पण्डितमानिनो गतिभृतो विद्यापथेन्धाश्रयाः कूपेन्धा इव संसृतो परिपतन्त्यन्ये पुरं ब्रह्मणः। लोकोऽयं पशुपुत्रगेहधरणी धान्यादिरूपोऽस्ति तद्भिन्नः कोऽपि परो न चास्ति ततः तल्लाभवाञ्छा वृथा। नष्टं देहमयं प्रति स्वपितरं वित्तादिनाश्यन्न तत् प्राज्ञेनेत्यभिमन्यते यमवशं यात्यप्यविद्यावशः। विद्यामार्गमुपैति कोऽपि पुरुषः प्रक्षीणपापो रामानुग्रहतो यतोऽयममृतः श्रोतुं प्रवक्तुं नृणाम्। ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुमपि प्रदुर्लभतरः प्रोक्तोऽप्यसम्यग्विदाः न ज्ञेयो बहुचिन्तयाप्यनुतरः अतर्क्यो यदात्मा परः। वेदान्तप्रतिपादितात्मविषया नैवापनेयामतिः तर्केणान्यसमीरणेन च बुधा विष्णुप्रसादादिता। प्राप्यैनामपि हन्तमृत्युरपि चित्वाग्निमापदम् याम्यं स्वर्गमतो न कामविषयः भूयाद्विपश्चित् क्वचित्। So we have seen up to this verse 18. So verse 18 basically comes up to the 11th mantra in the second value. Nanarena varena proktaha yesha suvijñeyo bahudha chintyamaanaha ananya prokte gadiratra nasti aniyan hyadarkyamanu pramanat. After that, Yama actually praises Nachiketa. So Yama praises Nachiketa by saying Kamasyaptim jagatah pradishtham kratoranantyam abhayasya param stomam durugayam pradishtham drishtva dhritya dhiro Nachiketo tyasrakshi. Up to that. Then he further says, so mantra 12, 13 and 14, so will be sort of paraphrase in the shloka that we are going to read now. In fact, 12th mantra starts with Tam durdarsham gudhamanu pravishtam guhahitam gahvareshtham puranam adhyatma yogadhigamena devam matva dhiro harishashokau jahati. So here also you see the verse begins with Tam durdarsham. Now let us read the verse now. Tam durdarshamanu pravishtamamalam tam durdarshamapi pravishtamamalam tam durdarshamanu pravishtamamalam gudham guhayam sthitam gudham guhayam sthitam gudham guhayam sthitam pratnam gahvaragam jahati kushalaha pratnam gahvaragam jahati kushalaha pratnam gahvaragam jahati kushalaha Nyatva tu harsham shucham Nyatva tu harsham shucham Nyatva tu harsham shucham Shutva brahma gurur mukhadanuttaram Shutva brahma gurur mukhadanuttaram Shutva brahma gurur mukhadanuttaram dharmyam prathakritya tat dharmyam prathakritya tat dharmyam prathakritya tat svangader mananadinatma vibhavat Svangader mananadinatma vibhavat Svangader mananadinatma vibhavat Niyo hi dhirena saha Niyo hi dhirena saha Niyo hi dhirena saha. So here Atman is described by the term Durdarsham. So Durdarsham means Dukkhena drashtum yogyam. So Tam Durdarsham. Why is he Durdarsha? He is being expressed by a few other terms which also go as an adjective to this Atman. So here, if you see, there are a few terms here. Gudham, Guhayam Sthitam, Gahvaragam, Pratnam. So there are a few terms which have been employed. All these terms basically describe Atman. After that, you find Tam Atmanam Nyatva Harsham Shucham Jahati. Okay? Harsham Shucham Jahati. Kaha Jahati? Kushalaha Jahati. So an intelligent person, a skilled person, so will be able to get over the pairs of pains and pleasures. So all pairs. Okay. So kama, krodha, lobha, moha, harsha, moha. So all that, whatever you can think of, harsha, shoka. So normally we find in Vedanta that vidya amritam ashnuti tarati shokam atmavid. But here this is an interesting mantra which also includes harsha. Harsha shokau jahati. Harsha shokau jahati. That is how the mantra ends. So here Ramaraya says harsham shocham shucham che jahati. So having said this, in the later half he says Shrutva Brahma Guroho Mukhat Harsha Shoko Jahati. How? In fact, even Bhagavad Gita tells you that Harsha Marsha Bhayodvegi Muktoyas Sachame Priyaha. So Harsha is also among the things to be dropped. Harsha basically here refers to the elation that one gets when the person gains what he wants. If he obtains something, then he gets elated. So even that has to be dropped. So it is in this sense it has been used. But how does one get this? So there he says, Shrutva Brahma Guror Mukhat. Guror Mukhat Brahma Shrutva. Dharmyam. The word Dharmyam actually means Dharmat Anapetam Dharmyam. So this is how the Dharmyam, the word Dharmat Anapetam. So Dharmyo Margaha. Okay. So the path that you choose is Dharmya. Okay. Dharmat Anapetam. It does not swerve away from the righteousness. So then you use the word Dharmyam. So here Anutaram Dharmyam. So all these phrases have been employed to primarily describe the nature of Atman. Since we are going to read the commentary in detail, I am just only giving you the gist of the verse. Shrutva Brahma Guroho Mukhat Anutaram Dharmyam. So Anutaram Dharmyam Prithakritya. Prithakritya means having separated it out. Kasmat Prithakritya Imam Atmanam Dehendriya Sanghatat Prithakritya. Okay. Having understood him to be different from the Dehendriya Sanghata Prithakritya Tat. In fact, he himself says Swanga Dehe Prithakranam Katham. So it is not like, see, chipping off the nail. Okay, Prithakkaranam. You cut it and then throw it away. Tathanas. Therefore he says Mananadina. So this Prithakkaranam is something which has to be understood in a metaphorical sense. Prithakritya Mananadina. Then Atma Vibhavat. So Atma Vibhavat, this is Hetu. Atma Vibhavat Mananadina Prithakritya. So Atma Vibhavat here means, see, here the word Atma should be understood as, see, like this Buddhared Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadayed Atmaiva. See, this word Atma is used in several senses. Here you have to understand it as Buddhi. See, Buddhi Kaushalat, Buddhi Vibhavat, Atma Vibhavat, Nyeyo hi Dhirena Saha, Saha Atma Dhirena Nyaha. So this is what he says. Now let me take you very quickly to the mantra. I'll just read so you will be able to see that essentially two mantras have been fully captured, and the third mantra, which is a very important mantra in Kathopanishad, which will be taken for elaborate discussions in Brahma Sutra. Since that happens to be the dialogue, so this Ramaraya, interestingly, avoids here the dialogue style in this Upanishad. So that is what we saw. Even in the first Valli, we find a lot of dialogue, and therefore he has completely left out the first Valli, and he has paraphrased in just one verse. So the mantra that has been sort of left out, which has the dialogue part, is Anyatra dharmad, Anyatra dharmat, Anyatra asmat krita kritat, Anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha, Yattat pashyasi tadvada. So this is actually the third prashna. In fact, there are three prashnas. The first prashna is Pitus Saumanasyam. Okay, let my father be pleased. He sent me with an angry mood, so let him be pleased. The second prashna has to do with the Agni Vidya, and the third prashna is Atma Vidya. So Atma Vishayaka prashna, Anyatra dharmad, Anyatra dharmat. If you look at the next shloka, that happens to be the reply of Yama. So here we don't find that dialogue style. He has sort of hinted. So this by simply saying, so dhirena saha atma vijneyaha. So that is how he actually leaves it. Now let us take up the commentary. Commentary, he starts with the word gudham. Gudham, atmajnanat kim phalam ata aha viti. So earlier, so this atmajnana is to be obtained. Tasmat kim phalam harsha shoko jahati. That is the phala. So that has been stated in the first half. Now he says gudham gahanam. Gahanam means something which is quite deep. Okay, gahanam. So the understanding of the nature of Atman is not so easy, and therefore it is a deep concept. Okay? So therefore he uses the word gahanam. Gahanam anupravishtam prakrita vishaya vikara vijnanaihi prachannam. Anupravishtam means something which has got deeply inside. Okay. So anupravishtam means something which has got deeply inside. Deeply inside means deeply buried. Buried by what? Buried by various other things. Prakrita vishaya vikara vijnanaihi. Prakrita vishaya vikara vijnanaihi. So prakrita vishayaka vikara. Where does it happen? Vikara is basically a transformation. So ultimately, any kind of knowledge that you get is essentially a certain image that is created here. So prakrita vishayo yaha tat sambandhi vikaraha. So you form a certain image. So that image is something which happens here. So in the Jagrata Avastha, it happens because of a certain connection, physical connection established. In Swapana, again the same vikara happens. So prakrita vishaya vikaraha. So tadrisha vikara samutpannam yat jnanam. Okay. Prakrita vishaya vikara vijnanaihi. After all, the knowledge in the Swapana, various kinds of knowledge takes place. Where did it take place? Inside. Kasmat vikarat. Buddhehe kaschana vikara. Tasmat vikarat utpannaihi vijnanaihi prachannam. So the nature of Atman is something which is deeply buried inside, but various other jnanas actually keep surfacing up again and again and again and again. Okay? Prakrita vishaya vikara vijnanaihi prachannam. Then guha nihitam guhayam buddhau sthitam tam durdarsham anupravishtam amalam gudham guhayam sthitam. The word guha has various connotations. So normally we conceive of a cave. This is what is meant by guha. This hridaya is also called guha. Buddhi is also called guha. So here he is saying guhayam sthitam means buddhau sthitam. Why is he called buddhau sthitam? Not elsewhere, is it? So this is primarily because tatraiva upalabhyate. So buddhau upalabhyamanatvat buddhau sthitam. This is how one needs to understand this. Guhayam sthitam buddhau sthitam atayeva gahvaragam gahvaram vishamam anekanartha sankatam gacchati. The word gahvara is elaborately described. So sama vishama are terms that are generally employed to describe something which are easy and which are quite tough. So vishama means odd. So gahvaram vishamam aneka anartha sankatam gacchati. Okay. So because of this various vikara vijnanas, so the person undergoes various kinds of cycles. Okay. So aneka anartha sankatam, he enters into all kinds of problems. Aneka anartha sankatam gacchati gahvaragam. See, recently I was traveling and so then somebody was mentioning to me. So in some context we were making some dialogues. Then he was always conceiving of, so if this happens, what do we do? I said, why are you thinking that way? Why should you think that that may happen which is likely to be very disturbing to you? So why not you think the other way around? I don't know. See, that is why aneka vikara vijnanaihi, see, aneka anartha sankatam gacchati. So because of his own vasanas, so he lands into only that line of thinking where he may fall into sankata. Why should you do? How can I avoid? He said, you should. Okay, so that is what he means. Gahvaragam gahvarastham. Now he says, atayeva durdarsham. Because of all this, it is difficult to see the nature of Atman. See, durdarsham. To see this Atman as Sukha Swarupa, it becomes difficult. See, tam durdarsham. Then there is another adjective which has been used. Pratnam. Pratnam means Puratanam. So Pratnam is essentially Puratanam. Puratanam means this is Atman. This Atman is something which is ever there. Okay. And therefore Puratanam. And one more qualifier is Amalam. So Mala can be associated only with Dehendriya Sanghata and not the Chaitanya which resides inside, and therefore Amalam. So if you know the Atman to be Amalam, Puratanam, so who is ever residing in this association is only temporary with this Sharira for a certain period of time. So if all this understanding is there with you, so then he says, ज्ञात्वा एतादृशम् आत्मानं ज्ञात्वा कथं ज्ञात्वा means by what means. That means has been stated in the mantra. See, if you look at that mantra, tam durdarsham gudhamanu pravishtam guhahitam kahvareshtham puranam. So then the second half commences with adhyatma yogadigamenā devam. See, adhyatma yogadigamenā. So it's an interesting phrase that we find in the Upanishad. See, adhyatma yoga. What is adhyatma yoga? See, adhyatma yoga essentially means, see, vishayebhyaha prathakritya atmanu. Yoga is association. Understand? Yoga is association. So adhyatma yoga means, so not letting the senses dwell in the vishayas all the time, but taking it inside. See? So natu vaishayika yoga apitu adhyatma yoga. So focusing within oneself. So that is the means. Adhyatma yoga adhigamena devam. So sakshat kristya kushalastu. An intelligent person. So what will he do? Harisham shuchancha jahati tyajati. Adhyatma yoga adhigamena devam. Matva dhiro harisha shokau jahati. So that is that mantra. So why he says, see, Atmanaha utkarsha apakarshayoho abhavaditi bhavaha. Atmanaha utkarsha apakarshayoho abhavat. There can be utkarsha apakarsha in buddhi. There can be utkarsha apakarsha in any other possession that you have associated with yourself. There can be utkarsha apakarsha in the patni, in the putra, in deha, geha, whatever. But there cannot be any utkarsha apakarsha in the Atman. Therefore, see, this utkarsha apakarsha is the source of harsha and shoka. Atmanaha utkarsha. See, I have acquired this much of wealth, utkarsha, tena santosha. Padavi utkarsha, tena harsha. Okay. So all of them are nothing to do with this Atman. Therefore he is saying Atmana utkarsha apakarshayoho abhavat iti bhavaha. Kena prakarena atma jnatavyaha. What is the means by which I will gain this jnana? See? So this Adhyatma yoga was hinted there. But even to achieve this Adhyatma yoga, what is to be done? So initially, so that is what he is trying to state here. See, Guror Mukhat. So that there is an Atman which is beyond this Sharira, Indriya and so on. This is not known unless you come to Vedanta under the guidance of a proper teacher. So therefore he says, Guror Mukhat Vachanat. Otherwise there is no way. Guror Mukhat. In fact, we were seeing this word Guru. Guru has 5 meanings. Okay. Guru has 5 meanings. Gurustu Shreshthi. Gurustu Gishpatau Shresthe. Gurustu Gishpatau Shresthe. Repeat. Gurustu Gishpatau Shreshte. Gurustu Gishpatau Shreshte. Gurau Pitari Durbhare. Gurau Pitari Durbhare. Gurau Pitari Durbhare. Very interesting. This has been lifted from Shamtakosha. It is there. Incidentally, so this was glanced upon today morning. See, Gurustu Gishpatau. Gishpati is Brihaspati. That is very clear, right? There are three forms in fact. Gishpatihi, Girpatihi, Gifpatihi. This can be Vikalpa. Okay? So, Brihaspatihi essentially. Gishpatihi. Devaguru is called Brihaspati. Okay? So, the one who is very intelligent, we used to use this word. Very Brihaspati Nanchandana. Means in Tamil they say, this fellow considers himself as Brihaspati. This fellow thinks himself as Brihaspati. So this is Brihaspati, Gishpatihi. So Gurustu, first meaning is Gishpatihi. Shresthaha. Shresthaha means Pujyaha. In fact, one can even conceive of this meaning in the word Jagadguru itself. Jagati Shresthaha. Okay, he is someone who is highly respectable in this world. Okay, so Jagadguru. Okay, Gishpatau Shresthe. Then the third meaning is normal Guru, the one who teaches us something. Okay, from whom we gain knowledge about some subject matter. He is Guru. Gishpatau Shresthe Gurau. Then we have Pitari. Okay, so Pitari. So even father is described by the word Guru. Pitari. Then the last meaning is Durbhara. Durbhara means something which is very, very heavy. Okay. Dukkhena bharanam yasya. Durbhara. Beautiful example of Durbhara. See, the word Guru in the sense of Durbhara is in the first shloka of Meghaduta. Kaschit Kanta Viraha Guruna Swadhikara Pramattaha. Viraha Guruna. Viraha Guruna means, so Viraha eva Guru Vishnu. It is not. See, Viraha is a preceptor. I mean, of course, in a different metaphorical sense you can say. But in that context, see, Kaschit Kanta Viraha Guruna Kantayaha Viraha Kanta Viraha. So Kanta Viraha Atyantam Durbharaha means it is extremely difficult for him to accept. It is very heavy. Okay? So therefore Kalidasa uses Kaschit Kanta Viraha Guruna Swadhikarat. Here Gurur Mukhat. So this is the third meaning. Okay. Not Gishpati. So, but here simple Guroho Mukhat. Guru Mukhat Vachanat Anutaram. So Guru Mukhat Vachanat. Atisukshmam. Atisukshmam Dharmyam Paramananda Prapti Sadhanam. Here we have to understand this phrase carefully. So Dharmat Anapetam Dharmyam. Okay, which means not transgressing the path of righteousness. Understand? So not transgressing the path of righteousness is what actually leads you to this Paramananda. And therefore, he is saying, Paramananda Prapti Sadhanam. In fact, if you choose that marga, so then that will lead you to this. Okay? So therefore, this word dharmyam has been interpreted as Paramananda Prapti Sadhanam. Ultimately, Paramananda Prapti Sadhanam. Even here, if you stick to some principle, you understand? So this is something which many people do not appreciate. See, if you stick to some principle, however much you have to undergo afflictions, that principle will give you immense satisfaction. See, that I have lived for this principle and I am willing to die for this principle. If you are fixed in that idea, then that will give you Paramananda Prapti Sadhana. Even at the local level, I am saying. So come what may. See the story of Harishchandra, so etc. So that kind of a principled living, see, is also dharmyam. So Paramananda Prapti Sadhananche Brahma Shrutva Shravanena Jnatva Ityarthaha. Okay? Shravanena Jnatva. So that is a very important thing. So Shravanam means hearing in one ear and leaving in another ear. That is not right. Okay? So Shravanam, Shravana Mana Nididhyasana. Unless you completely understand, where is the question of Manam? So therefore he is saying, see, in fact, when they discuss in certain other texts, they say Shravanam means, see, Tatparya Nirnayanukulo Vyaparaha. So this is how they define Shravana as. So you take a certain Vakya, the activity that you may have to do in order to understand the import of this sentence. So that is what is Tatparya Nirnayanukulo Vyaparaha Shravanam. Okay? So that is why he is saying Shravanena Jnatva. Then Tataha Dhirena. So Dhirena here is referred to as Vidusha. In fact, we have this interesting verse, Dhiraha. Somewhere I think Kalidasa uses this. See. Vikaraheto sativikriyante yesham na chetamsi tayeva dhiraha. Repeat. Vikaraheto sativikriyante yesham na chetamsi tayeva dhiraha. Yesham na chetamsi tayeva dhiraha. Yesham na chetamsi tayeva dhiraha. He says, only those people can be declared as dhiras who vikarahetau sati yesham chetamsi navikriyanti. Okay? I do not have anything to eat. I do not have anything to enjoy. So my mind does not think about that. So that is not the thing. Even if things are available for you, your mind does not get into the state of chanchalya. So vikara hetau sati. See, vikara hetau sati yesham chetamsi navikriyante te dhiraha. So te eva vidushaha. So vidushaha. Okay. Dhirena. So in fact, one of the best examples that one can think of is Nachiketa as Dhira. So Yama tries to lure him. Ye kama durlabha martya loke sarvan kamam chandatah prarthayasva. Whatever you cannot think of in your own world, Chandatah prarthayasva. As you like, you keep asking. Like Hiranyakasipu, you can ask whatever you want from him. But this fellow had nothing doing. Okay. So that is why Dhira. See, Dhirena saha brahma bhinnaha atma. Saha brahma abhinnaha atma. Atma vibhavat. Buddhi samarthyat. So this Atman, okay, this Atman, Buddhi samarthyat, mananadina, mananididhyasanabhyam. So through this process, Swangadehe, how is he to be understood? So through mananadidhyasana, how is he to be understood? So that he is trying to explain. Swangadehe स्वशरीरेन्द्रिय प्राण मनोबुद्ध्यव्यक्तेभ्यः पृथक्कृत्य. Okay, so that this Atman is different from Sharira, different from Indriya, different from Prana, different from Mana, and so on. Pृथक्कृत्य ज्ञेयः. Hihi prasiddhe. See. Now, it should be, I think, cannot. See, hihi, no, hihi is okay, but hihi prasiddhau, it should be not prasiddhau. Understand that he is used in the sense of. Okay, so it should be a saptami. Okay, so in order to indicate prasiddhi, okay, he is used. Then Evameva Purushaihi. So having completed the description of the verse and the words therein, he just takes on to a brief discussion. Before getting into this discussion, let me quickly tell you those three mantras. So Tam Durdarsham Gudhamanu Pravishtam Guhahitam Gahvareshtham Puranam Adhyatmayogadhigamena Devam Matvadhiraha Harishashokau Jahati. After that, Yetachrutva Samparigrihya Martyaha Pravrhya Dharmyam Anumetamapya. You found the word Dharmyam here? Pravrhya Dharmyam Anumetamapya Samodate Modaniyam hi labdhva Vivritagum sadma nachiketasam manye. So this mantra is basically in praise of, ultimately in praise of Nachiketaha. So here he says, Yetachrutva. Yetat here refers to that Atman, knowing whom Harsha Shokau Jahati. Yetachrutva. The word Samparigrihya. Samparigrihya is what is found in the mantra. So in order to elucidate Samparigrihya, so here Ramaraya uses Manana Nididhyasana and so on. You understand? So Grahanam is understanding. Parigrahanam, much better understanding. Samparigrihya, thoroughly understand. Okay? So that is why he is just saying, see, Mananadina. Okay? So Yetachrutva Samparigrihya Martyaha. Martyaha is human being. Okay? Martyaha means Marana Dharma. Okay? Yasya Maranam Dharma. Okay? It is definitely there. Martyaha. Then Pravrhya Dharmyam Anumetamapya. Pravrhya. See. So Parigrihya means, so having thoroughly understood by the process of Shravanam and Nididhyasana, Martyaha Pravrhya. Pravrhya, actually, Vrihadhatu. Vrihadhatu, Vrihati, Vrihataha, Vrihanti, Vriha Udyamane. Okay, vriha udyamani. So what has to be understood is, how long should I do manana? How long should I do nididhyasana? Once, twice? One cannot say, sir. As long as the vasana gets eradicated. Right? So that is what is meant by pravrihya. Udyamanam means by repeated efforts. You do, then you once again go back to normal mode. Once again you have to come back. Okay? With great efforts. So that is what is meant by pravrihya. Understand? So pravrihya with great efforts. So you have to once again come back to what has been initiated here. So otherwise there will be a natural tendency to move away with the force of the word. See, pravrihya dharmyam. Understand? Pravrihya dharmyam. See, in fact, so Bhagavad Pada here would say, see, marana dharma dharmadanapetam dharmyam pravrihya. Dharmyam pravrihya means having stuck to this path of dharma. So having stuck to the path of dharma. See, adhyanam, adhyapanam, yajanam, yajanam. So these are all things which we may try to slip. Okay. So therefore, dharmadanapetam dharmyam pravrihya udyamya. Then, so Shastra repeatedly tells you that Ayam Atma Chidananda Rupa. So if it is Chidananda Rupa, then it cannot be affected by anything which is happening. Therefore he is saying Prithakritya Shariradehe Anum Sukshmam Yetat Atmanam Apya Prapya Pravrihya dharmyam anumetamapya. Okay, having understood the true nature of Atman and repeatedly reminding yourself of what has been stated, anumetamapya. Then the mantra says, samodate. That person, modate. He dwells in the plane of happiness. Samodate. Modaniyam hi labdhva. This is an interesting usage. What is modaniya? Muda harshe. Pathaniya means? Aniyar pratyaya. Okay. Tavyatavya aniyaraha. Okay. Pathaniya means that is to be read. Shravaniya, pathaniya. Similarly, modaniya. So suppose you say pathaniyaha, pathaha. So then what does it refer to? So that karma, right? Pathaniyaha, kaha pathaniyaha? Pathaha pathaniyaha. Okay. So suppose you say saha pathati. Then what will you say? Kim pathati? Patham pathati. Right? That comes as karma. So pathaniya refers to something which has to be read. Okay. Similarly, modaniya, saha modate. Will you say kim modate? So kim modate does not come. So this is akarmaka. So this modaniyam has to be carefully understood here. See, samodate modaniyam hi labdhva. How do you understand this phrase? In fact, there are two ways to understand. Okay. So when you say labdhva, means having obtained. Having obtained means there is a karma. So something is obtained by you, right? So which is obtained? Modaniya. Modaniya is obtained by you. Modaniya basically here refers to this Atman. But how do you understand the phrase? There are two ways to understand. One, I would say, Modaniya is Aniyar. This can also be in Bhave, need not necessarily be in Karma. Okay. So if it is Bhave Pratyaya, then it refers to basically Modanam, Harshaha. Okay. So in which case you can interpret this as Ananda Rupaha. Okay. So Ananda Rupaha. So Modaniyam Labdhva should be understood as understanding him to be the nature of happiness, embodiment of happiness. So this is how you have to understand. And the Labdhva should be taken as Prapta Prapti. Okay. So it is already with you. Okay. It is not something which has to be gained by you from outside. So it is a Prapta Prapti. So that is how you have to understand this phrase. Samodate modaniyam hi labdhva. Ayamatva anandarupaha iti jnatva saha modate. Okay, so this is how one has to understand this phrase modaniya. The other way, even if you take this modaniya in a slightly different way, if you give importance to labdhva. So this labdhva, see, what we have to understand is, we consider various things which are amodaniya as modaniya. So those which are not actually sources of happiness have been conceived to be sources of happiness. Okay. So actually modaniyam vastu etadeva natu tatu. Okay. So it is in this sense you can understand the word modaniya. In fact, we have this person, sarvam yadarthamiha vastu yadaschi kinchit pararthyamujjhati cha yen nijasattaiva tadvarnayanti hi sukham sukhalakshanaඥāha tatpratyagatmani samam sukhatasya tasmat. Sankshepa sarvam yadarthamiha vastu yadasti kinchit. Vastu yadasti kinchit, whatever you seek for. Yadartham. Yadartham, he just puts it in an abstract way. So there is a certain purpose for which, all these things are acquired by you. Okay. So why do you want to get a car? During rainy season, I can move with some comfort. Why do you want to get a bike? Suppose I want to reach in 5 minutes, I will be able to do. So yadartham means sukhartham. See, sarvam yadarthamiha vastu yadasti kinchit pararthyam ujjhati cha yen nijasattayeva. See, so if the sukha is already there with you, pararthyam ujjhati. See, I remember distinctly in my childhood. So there will always be, even now, there will always be some craving, right? Suppose somebody is distributing something which you like so much. When is it going to come to me? Okay, that feeling will be there. Okay, will I get the second serving? Is another thing which may be there, right? But if you are already a tirtha, whether it comes or it doesn't come, anyway, I just eat. So eating is essentially kshuddhadhischa chikitsatam. If you have that, So then this anticipation, expectation, etc. will not be there, right? So this pararthyam will not be there. Okay. So pararthyam ujjati means tejati. Yen nijasattayeva. See, if you are already a satisfied person, then whether it comes or it doesn't come, so first serving or second serving doesn't matter to you. See, yen nijasattayeva. Pararthyamujjati cha yen nijasattayeva. Now he is defining tadvarnayanti sukham sukhalakshanaඥāha. Those who have contemplated upon the definition of what can be happiness, they describe this entity. So ultimately this sukhalakshanaඥāha evam varnayanti sukhasya lakshanam. Tadvarnayanti sukham sukhalakshanaඥāha. Pratyagaatmani samam sukhatasya tasmat. See, so that is there in Pratyagatma, and therefore his nature is Sukharupa. This is a beautiful verse, so let me not elaborate much here. See, samodate modaniyam hi labdhva. See, so tadrisham vastu, see, atmanam labdhva saha modate. So this is a prapta prapti. Okay. Now Yama says vivrtagum sadma nachiketasam manye. See, vivritam means this path of acquiring abundant happiness is open to you. This door is open for you. So this this opening has happened for you. Vivrtagum sadma nachiketasam manye. See, this hall of happiness. So this hall of happiness is open for you. So that is what he is trying to say. See, saha modate modaniyam harishaniyam atmanam labdhva. See. So tadetat evam vidham brahma. See. So harishaswarupam brahma. Brahma, Sadma, Sadma. See, Sadma means Bhavana. This hall of happiness. Sadma, Nachiketasam, Tvam, Tvam Prati, Apavritadvaram. Apavritadvaram means that, like this Vaikuntha Vasa, it is open for you. So, that is what Yama is trying to tell. Nachiketa. See, abhimukhi bhutam manye. Because you are one pointer in that. So Yama is so pleased, and therefore he just says this. See, in fact, Bhashyakara says, moksharham tvam manye ityapiprayaha. Tvam moksharham manye. Okay? So you are the person who is eligible for moksha. Moksharham tvamaham manye. Then the next verse goes as anyatra dharmad anyatra dharmad anyatra smat krita kritat anyatra bhutacha bhuyacha yattat pashyasi tadvada. So this is the most important question. This is the most important question which is posed by Nachiketa in the Kathopanishad. So as answer to this question, we find the rest of the Upanishad. So the rest of the Upanishad is primarily an answer to this question. And this is what will be taken up. The answer, so which starts with the next mantra, so is what is taken up in the next verse and so on. So we will complete the commentary in the next class. So we will wind up the class for now. Okay. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Mavidyashavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve Sukhina Santu Sarve Santu Niramayaha सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ